Godzilla film for you that is so nestled in the early 70s that, yeah, you're going to want to get your own go-go boots out and just be groovy, man, as we look at Godzilla versus Hedorah, or Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, as it was titled in America. Another director taking a crack at the Godzilla franchise. This time, Yoshimitsu Banno is giving us a story that is a scientist and his son discover sludge, a creature that has derived from all the pollution and sludge that has been built up from all the humans doing nasty things and dumping their garbage. And so a creature has formed from this sludge, and we see how Godzilla eventually shows up to take on this sludge monster as it starts to kill off people and poison the air we breathe. I'm all for taking Godzilla back in the direction of social commentary, which this does. It is a darker film, and so it's interesting how we've gone from more appealing to kids, and now you've got this one, which, yeah, it's darker, though our main protagonist here is a child in the form of the son of the scientist, played by Hiroki Kawase. He plays Ken, and he's the kid in this who's kind of experiencing this. We get to see most of the film through his eyes, and yeah, I mean, I liked the design and the story of the sludge monster, and I liked the origins of it, and the fact that it is presenting it in such a way of making a commentary, even back in 1970, on the impact of pollution and climate and how it's affecting health and all of that. I am all for that. The execution of this film is just, wow, man, it's totally groovy. I mean, you get these odd animated segments in here that I'm not sure if they're supposed to be comical or if they're supposed to appeal a little more towards kids, but it's definitely different. Again, another Godzilla film, them trying a different formula than what we've had so far. And it sort of works. I will say I liked the fact that we had humans in here trying to figure out exactly how to take out Hedorah. And I did like the fact that here we get an image of Godzilla, who's pretty much represented nature, fighting the smog monster pollution from humans and getting his ass kicked for the most part. It was pretty surprising how often Godzilla gets beat down in this by Hedorah. And Hedorah just does not want to die. I mean, it takes a lot for them to try and take out this monster. And I love that as well, that it wasn't just a quick whoop. So it's kind of a statement about how nature can fight back, and pollution will fight back as well, just as hard. And so I did like that in there. It was rough. It was rough. It did feel like almost like another Gamera type film. I mean, Godzilla at this point is definitely our hero, our happy, hoppy, woohoo, oh yeah, Godzilla. He's no longer the terrible big lizard. Now he's one where we've got toys and kids are idolizing him and loving him, because he's such a great guy. And yeah, it's just one of those things where the mixture of dark and then trying to give it a little bit of a kid spin, I don't know. I mean, you get this just in the middle of everything, you get this kind of 70s musical number with a character who is danced up, who's all dressed up like in a Mr. Goodbody suit, and she's singing this song, and it's got a song in here about pollution that's so pop and happy, and then you pay attention to the words, and you're like, oh my God, this is a depressing song, dear God, about nature trying to take it back and all the chemicals, and yeah, that was just odd. I mean, I can't say that this is horrible, because they do have those Godzilla elements that were missing from the last film that we watched. So it does bring him sort of back, but at the same time, it's got some pacing issues in here, especially near the end resolution. And we get a little spoiler, folks. a flying Godzilla, which the director thought, oh, I think it would have been great to do a flying Godzilla. It'll lighten up the mood from the darkness that we had going on here with the final, end of the world dance they have, and the kids dying from flying over Hedorah. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely another one that they're trying something different, and I don't think it really fires on all the cylinders they want it to. Again, a couple promising things, and I appreciate them doing something different, but it is interesting, though, that this does have a connection to the Gareth Edwards Godzilla film, because the director here, Yoshimitsu Banno, Godzilla vs. Hedorah did so bad that the producers said, you aren't making any more Godzilla films. You are banned. As long as I live, you are not going to make another Godzilla film. And so he was banned from making it. And he wanted to make a 3D Godzilla film in IMAX, but that didn't really get off the ground. But eventually Banno was integral in discussing the negotiation with Legendary Pictures, which eventually gave us the new American Godzilla, which leads us to Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I can't wait to see at the end of the month. So, I guess some positives came out of this film that really was a flop amongst a lot of Godzilla viewers and in the US in general. Yeah, it's a quirky one. You can watch it. I'd recommend this over Godzilla's Revenge, definitely, but it is also very different, so be prepared for some unusual stuff and some definitely 70s nostalgia, which this film has peppered throughout. So there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think of Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Do you like the fact that we're doing social commentary again in the Godzilla film? Do you like the different approach that they take with the animated segments and the unusual tone? Yeah, I'd love to hear your constructive thoughts about this interesting Godzilla entry. And also check out our Patreon if you haven't already. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.